Hey, everybody. Amazing headline just hit. And it's all about how Trump and his team just kind of can't get any dumber. I know that's hard to believe, and I can't wait to share the story with you. But the humor in this is the same guy who constantly talks about how much he knows and how much more he knows than anybody else in almost every sector you can think of. And yet, even though since 2016, he continually talked about how he was going to hire and have the best people in his White House, in his cabinet, and all around him. You do have to stop and realize that despite him saying that, what does he really learn? Because at least 17 of those people are now convicted felons, including General Flynn and others. But this is a guy who will continue to try and sell people on how sharp and bright, yet the blunder that his team made, and Donald Trump went, this message approved by Donald Trump. Yeah, you think? It does cause you to wonder where all that supposed education and all that money really went. Because, this is the guy who knows more than anybody about everything, right?
And nobody knows this stuff better than me.
Nobody knows more about taxes than I do, and income than I do.
Nobody knows more about construction than I do.
Nobody knows more about campaign finance than I do.
Nobody knows consultants better than me.
I know more about drones than anybody. Nobody knows much more about technology, this type of technology, certainly, than I do.
Nobody knows more about technology than me.
I know more about technology than anybody.
Nobody in the history of this country has ever known so much about infrastructure as Donald Trump.
I know the H-1B. I know the H-2B. Nobody knows it better than me.
I know more about ISIS than the generals do, believe me.
Nobody understands the president, but I think I understand him as well as anybody.
I know these people much better than you do.
I understand things. I comprehend very well, okay? Better than, I think, almost anybody.
And by the way, who knew the other side of the picture better than me? I knew it.
Nobody knows more about environmental impact statements than me.
And I think I know more about the environment than most people.
I know a lot about wind. I know a lot about wind.
I know windmills very much. I've studied it better than anybody.
I understand the power of Facebook.
Nobody knows more about banks than I do.
Nobody knows more about trade than me.
Well, obviously, he doesn't know about nuclear weapons. I know more about nuclear weapons than he'll ever know.
You know Russians better than I do, Kevin, okay?
I understand the tax laws better than almost anyone.
Who knows more about lawsuits than I do? I'm the king.
I know more about offense and defense than they will ever understand.
Nobody even understands it but me. It's called devaluation.
I understand money better than anybody.
I understand the system better than anybody.
Nobody knows more about debt than I do.
Nobody knows the game better than me.
I know more about contributions than anybody.
Even the smart guys on Wall Street, and I know all of them, and they are smart.
And who knows more about the word apprentice than Donald Trump?
I understand politicians better than anybody.
Nobody knows politicians better than me.
Who knows the other side better than me?
Who knows the other side better than me?
So at bare minimum, one would think with all the people around him, and I went to Wharton Business School and the professors at Wharton have approved my economic plan.
I went to the Wharton School of Finance, and many of those professors, the top professors, think my plan is a brilliant plan. It's a great plan.
I'm still actually waiting to hear from all those people and what they really think about it. But you would think a guy who actually had, in certainly our opinion, broken many laws by asking to have 11,000+ votes found in the state of Georgia. Remember, I know you remember that phone call, right?
So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have, because we won the state.
That guy on the phone, you would think trying that hard to risk criminal prosecution, he'd know where the state of Georgia is.
How about no?
Yeah, he doesn't seem to. He and his team don't really seem to know where the state of Georgia is. They think it's the country of Georgia. This just in, it's not. This is a man who got impeached over that phone call and doesn't know where the state of Georgia is. Because this story right here just broke. They actually created an ad with a picture touting the state of Georgia, except it's from the country of Georgia. Only several thousand miles apart. Not even close. Literally. Now, is this the guy we really want to have his hands on the nuclear code when he can't even get which state and a picture go together for a campaign ad that he approves? I mean, honestly, it is boggling to me that he's even remotely close. This says so much about us. So by all means, everyone, please, please, please activate Main Street. Make sure you get out and vote. Always. And never forget what Barack Obama said. Don't boo the man. Vote. Because this isn't just a Democratic choice. It's an American one.